Hey everyone, how are you doing tonight, today, depending when you're watching this? Roger here, of course, Grubus Games Unlimited, creator of Dungeon Crusade, and welcome to, in a way, a grand finale. But you know, there's much more to come with us breaking down the game. But tonight we're going to open up the Master of the Realm edition. This is the one that comes packed with, you know, all the other extra content. Well, basically, essentially, it's the Crusader of the Realm edition with the 3 extra House of Chance games. Okay, so we'll be taking a look at that. And we're going to get into this really quick. There's well, first of all, let me welcome you. Hey, I hope you guys are having a great week. Of course, thank you for the nice comments. I am still trying to get caught up in everything. I've been getting back to comments here and there, so thank you. I love you guys. Thank you for your patience and all your kind words. And yes, it is very exciting. And it's, again, another day of just more people found out about this. So I am, and everyone on the project, we're very grateful to you. This really was a passion project, and it was about, you know, trying to do something just different and give people something really brand new to enjoy. Okay, so thank you. And I think there's a few new subscribers. Welcome. Glad you're here, of course. And yeah, so we're going to get into this really quick. I want to say something because a few people had said this, and it's really important. And after this, that's it. We're going to get right into this. And it's a big thing. Some people, and I'm going to tell you my stance on this with Grubus Games Unlimited, that some people have said, you know, as you know, for right now, we are sold out of the Master of the Realm edition. Now, let me define sold out. We have extra copies coming, but we set, you know, reserves for everything for the manual invite system, okay? Right now, there's plenty of stock of the base edition, Knight of the Realm, and the Crusader of the Realm edition. This, to me, is the really awesome experience because you get the Avalon Adventure board game. However, as I said, we're going to convert over. I think that's going to be the new base edition because you saw the video last night. And actually, I do want to say something about that. So my point is, someone asked, well, okay, I got the Crusader of the Realm edition, but I want those 3 extra House of Chance games. Yes, I want you to have that. I want people to always have that. So with Grubus Games Unlimited, I don't want to do any of that crap, excuse my French, with its OOP, out of print, and, you know, the monster difficulty decks and all that. You will always have this content available for you. Okay, I don't like that practice where stuff goes out of print, you can't find it, and then people are paying this huge amount on eBay to get that stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, you're going to have that content, and we're going to talk to the manufacturer, and we're going to get just some of that, you know, like the 3 House of Chance games, you know. Maybe if you got the Knight of the Realm and you want to, of course, have the Avalon Adventure board game, I want you to have that. I will make sure you get that. So my point is, rest assured, I will always make sure you have this content available because everyone has a right to enjoy it at a good price. That's what I wanted to say last night. There were so many kind words, and well, you can see it in the video. I always kid around and say I'm acting, you know, I feel Corbantic. I was really Corbantic in that video. So in a way, it was very genuine. I mean, that was me being me. But I wish it was a little more structured, you know. I mean, I was just all over the place. Okay, and then the Ancient Runes, you go down to the second chamber. I was watching it. I'm like, oh, no, I should have planned it out more. But that was my very genuine reaction, and I think people saw that. So I'm sorry. I wish it was more structured. But that will be in the next Spotlight video when I can get to that. We're going to lay it out real nicely, and but I think most people got it. So we are going to do, that's it. We're going to open up the Master of the Realm edition. So I have enhanced my comm for this. We're going to do it perfectly, and we're going to open this, and I have my ice cold Pepsi Cola there. Don't mind if I do, because I tend to talk a lot. I don't know if you saw it, if you know that. All right, so let's just get into this Master of the Realm. And again, I hope you guys are doing good. What else did I tell you? Oh, then unboxing. And remember, I was talking about the Friday night powwow thing as I'm getting this thing out. I want to do that, but I want to get the Kickstarter update out for everyone. You know, I'm on that every month because, you know, there's the whole, you know, Kickstarter crowd that I want them to see this. You know, we all want them to see this. So I got to get that update out. And you're going to see some brand new pictures of just everything. So that's my point. I wanted to get all this out so we can do a nice photo shoot of all the content and then just, you know, bomb it with that Kickstarter. There's just going to be tons of awesome photos for people to see the final stuff. So let's open this. And as you can see, honestly, I have not been at this table since last night. I cleaned up everything. And yes, I'm dying to play this game. Last night, I was really ready to play that Avalon Adventure board game. Who was it, SurfTube? Didn't you say you like the sound of crinkling plastic? Maybe I should do like videos of just me crinkling plastic in one of my 1001 voices. But I heard what you meant. I never realized until you said that, like, you know, you can hear it.
Listen to the plastic, the crinkles, SurfTube. The plastic sounds good in your ears, doesn't it?
Okay, enough of I do all these different voiceovers too. Okay, let me know if you want videos on crinkling plastic in that bad Russian voice or whatever that was. I think we always have fun on these videos, right? I try to make them entertaining for you. So, Master, again, that looks awesome. Freddie Lopez, of course, you know, I worked with him. This image was in my head since I was a kid, and Wingo Games did an amazing job on all of this stuff. Very cool. Got that skeleton warrior hanging in the back. So I hope you don't mind seeing that again. But my whole thing was, notice like here, like I told Freddie that I picture this in the dead of the night. Heroes have broken down the door, kind of light cascading in, and there's just this Dungeon Crusade. The heroes are coming in and just vanquishing evil. That was my thought of that. Okay, so let's see. Imagine, again, we're not going to go over all that stuff we just looked at. So the Crusader of the Realm edition should be in here, of course. If I can get the lid off. Okay, yep, just like it was before. We'll set that there. And I'm going to be neat. I don't think I was very neat yesterday with everything. So, of course, our rule book there. And we looked at that. You can always tell, oh my, Skulljack, and that is freaking bright. That looks very awesome. There's all your heroes. We're not going to go over them all, but this is a page of all the heroes in the game thus far. There's Albus, the Fetch Hound. Sometime I have to tell you about how I came up with Albus. I mean, I love dogs, but it's a very honest and interesting story with a guy named Brett. But we'll save that. It's a very cool story. Okay, there's that, and right off, look at this. This right here. Okay, so we are dedicating this video to this content, so, and I want to stay neat. That over here. Okay, let me start, let's open this. I know you want to see this. This looks extraordinary. Look at that freaking color. It looks incredible. This is one of 4 House of Chance games. This is a simple form of blackjack. Actually, if you're new, go check out the video on. I did a little playthrough of Skulljack. We had a good time, and you get, it's in there. You get. I wanted people to have a custom deck of Skulljack playing cards. Also, in the future, people said, "Can we buy those decks of cards separate?" Yeah, we're going to try to get those also. We just got to get this all wrapped up and shipped out to everyone, and we can do lots more. But this is, of course, all this was, you know, it's primary concern right now. But yeah, this is just amazing. So since we're devoting this to the Master of the Realm edition, this is what makes it, you know, this edition is, you know about the House of Chance. Celebration Day, heroes go back to the village once the quest table, once those tokens are cleared, they go back for Celebration Day. Well, there's that little building, actually, and it's right here. There is a little building here called the House of Chance. Notice that right there. So that's like a gambling hall, okay? And so when the heroes go in there, it's randomly decided, and a huge misconception was people thought if you had the Master of the Realm edition, you load up the House of Chance with all 4 House of Chance games. You don't do that. That's totally wrong to play it that way. You'll like kind of break the system, or, you know, the balance in the game. Right here, you notice there's a number 2. Each House of Chance game is numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. You simply, if you know, when you go to Celebration Day, you roll a D4. Whatever the result, that's the one game that comes up in the House of Chance. So if we rolled a 2, Skulljack would be in there. Okay, so that's how that kind of works. You do not use all of those House of Chance games at once. If you want to house roll it, go right ahead, but your heroes are probably more than likely going to be swimming in gold, and it'll break the balance. But you do what you want. So I worked again with the amazing Damien Maimolidi, who painted the final version of Avalon, and I said, could you please, I did the prototype. I would create, nothing like this, but, like a mock-up of what I was thinking. And I said, let's go for a late 70s, early 80s look for all the House of Chance games. I want it to look like you went into a closet, back then, and you pulled this game out. And Damien did an incredible job painting this. I mean, this looked like he's got even the fade, like the worn out edges. This was just amazing how he did this. He aged it. There's the bank. We'll get you in here so you can see all that. Just incredible. Simple, very simple rules. If you already know how to play 21 or blackjack, then you know this game. Simple rules. I'm not going to get into the rules here. You can go and watch that video of that. It's a cool playthrough. So there's the one House of Chance game, but that was my goal because this is a retro-inspired game. The House of Chance games definitely had to look very retro, and he went advanced retro. So actually, while we're looking at this, let me get the other content out. Again, this is all just like what we looked at before. So let's get this. And actually, who could tell me what this is? This is my favorite House of Chance game. And look, I have not even looked at it. We're going to set it right there. And hold on while I get this certain content out. Even though we already did, we'll take a look at, there's Skulljack. Or Skulljack, looking at that. Tower Attack. And here's what we need right here. So again, with this, you're going to be getting this. It's for something else. We're going to have to hold on to this. So this is exclusive to the Master of the Realm edition, and we're going to get to all that stuff. And yep, so here's all of your Crusade of the Realm content. Same exact thing. There's your battle board, Avalon Adventure board game thing. Oh, and then, okay, so actually we're going to need this here. These are the challenge cards for something. And looking for, there they are. So we'll look at this. There you go. That again, their printers are amazing. Standard, face and all that. So you get a custom deck of Skulljack playing cards. And me and Damien went for 5 or 6 revisions of what this should look like, and we finally just came up with that. So it's kind of like a mirrored image. This just looks absolutely tremendous. It's so nice and colorful. The proof copy looked good. It did not look anything like this. But again, I worked with them, and we really churned up the vibrance, or make it the saturation and make it more vibrant for you. So I'm not going to open up the cards, but you get this custom deck of Skulljack playing cards. I don't think there's anything else in here that I think we looked at everything. This is just your standard stuff. Yeah, quests, cards, that. Yeah, okay, and there's your adventure cards, Avalon Adventure board game. I could get all that out. Yeah, same stuff here. All your plastics are there, dice. So, okay, so we're good with all that. So I have all the content that, that we're going to need. So that is Skulljack. Right off the bat, just super impressed. I'm going to set this over here. One moment while I, enhance my comm. Holy mackerel. Heroes versus monsters. I gave him, again, a prototype mock-up. This just looks incredible. So this is the other House of Chance game. Remember, roll a d4, result, if 3 comes up, we're playing Heroes versus Monster. And you know what? I can't help myself. I can't. The Crusade is calling. Let's open these up. So what happens is we're gonna leave this for last because I love designing this game, and there's a playthrough of it. So these are your challenge cards for Heroes versus Monster, and you know what? I'm gonna break it out. I'm gonna show you this. I'm feeling defiant. I feel defiant a lot, actually. These are your challenge cards. Heroes versus Monsters. What the heck is this? Okay, you have 3 heroes. Let's get those out. We have the Archer. I truly love creating all of these games. And you know what? These are standalone. You can play these just if you just want a 5-10 minute game. And I designed them to be very quick. You know what I mean? You want to play, you can get back into playing Dungeon Crusade and Celebration Day. This one is probably the longest one. Some games can go on about 10 minutes, but the other ones are like 5-minute games. And that's, that was my aim. But again, I'm going to tell you the proof copy was not this colorful and that like detailed. It looks amazing. Damien, of course, all this stuff you're seeing is the work of Damien Mamaldi. So you have your Archer. I'll show you them. Since we're, this is about this, I'd like to go a little in detail. I hope you don't mind. I'm really astonished how beautiful this looks. This is exactly what I wanted. Just retro, very vibrant, super clear, very sharp. So there's the Archer hero. We're not going to play it or anything. I would love to, but you'll get what this game is. And then there's the Warrior, okay? Over here, they each have a special ability. This is like an action point game, okay? So, each hero, you're going to have a pool of action points, but then you have to roll each round and generate new action points, okay? So, like right here, we can see, if I can look through this, like there's the Warrior. He has a special ability called Whirlwind. There's the Archer. She has Long Shot. And then the Mage has Fireball. And each one of those, you can see there's like a little special ability card there and what it does. You have to spend action points to move. It costs 1 action point to move out of the Chapel of Light. This is where they start. And then, to do a special ability like Fireball, I think is 3 or 4. And then you could hit a bunch of monsters. So here's the deal. Here's the monsters in the game I created. There's the Grunts. Now, each one of these has a special ability. Again, oh my God. That just looks, that looks insane. Grunts have 1 health. Their special ability is speed. They can move twice. Skeleton, it can regen. It can regenerate health. Then over here, that's Caesar. If you hear, that's my dog Caesar in the back, so please excuse him. Wizard has the special ability of, was it Chain Lightning, I think? Look at that. Yeah, Chain Lightning, so it could hit. If it hits one hero, it'll connect and hit other ones. And then lastly, the Beast, the biggest one, that is very nasty. And so a hero will take 2 instead of 1 damage. They're tough to kill. So what happens is, I hope you're enjoying this extended look at this. Okay, so the heroes start every round. They start over here at the Chapel of Light. You always start out at level 1. You cannot skip, different ones. So level 1, level 2, all that kind of stuff. Put your challenge deck here. When you enter the House of Chance, you can play 1 solo, 2 people, 3 people. It doesn't matter. Whoops, that's not level 1. Oh, I pulled too many. Okay, level 1. Really super simple. See how it's like a miniature thing of the dungeon? So, when I created this tells you right here what you have to set it up. This is very easy. So you're going to need 3 of the Grunts. Let's go over here and pop these out. So then you put them here. And no, I've never beat this. I think I got it to level 7. And that was it. So like so. The monsters are advancing. The whole thing is this. The heroes have to try to hold on to the Chapel of Light. Monsters cannot cross into the Chapel of Light. If one monster gets in there, you're done. Game's over. So you can see we set up our board just like the challenge card. There's an initiative roll. Heroes roll a blue d6. Monsters roll red. You just roll. Highest one goes first for the first round. Say the monsters go first. Their special ability is speed. They move 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You rolled a d6 to generate your action points for the heroes. Each hero has 1 action point for 3. You're going to roll a d6 and generate more. Then you have to use strategy to attack the monsters. How are you going to spend your action points? And it's a real simple combat system. It's a blue and red d6. You could come anywhere out into the dungeon here. So you can go out here. It'd be like 1 action point, 2 action points, so on and so forth. I won't get that much more involved with it. But let's say, the heroes go and they kill, all the grunts, okay? And you know what I do? I take mine and I just stick them right up here. Let's put them right there. Okay, so we can see on the card, we bet 100, but we can win 200. So if we beat that, we'd collect the gold, come over here, we'd get the next challenge card, which of course would be level 2. Yeah, it's level 2, right? Yep. Okay. So we bet 200, we can win 400. So see, there's more grunts. So on and so forth. So when you get up to like these crazy ones, like what's this? Like level 6. I mean, look at all that. That's like, look at that. Look at all that. It's like you got 5 grunts, 3 skeleton warriors. You know me and skeleton warriors, and 2 wizards coming out. And so, that's how this game works. It's a very fun game. This is probably the longest one. It might take, I've lost in the first round, believe it or not, because I've lost the initiative roll. So it's a very simple game like that. Very fun though, and you can play it as a, as a standalone. Real quick, because I'm going to be neat this last night. So there's Heroes versus Monsters. Again, I hope you're enjoying taking a look at the content for the Master of the Realm. And actually, I did a playthrough of this too for Tower Attack. Okay, so Tower Attack comes standard in all editions, so don't worry. You can play, so whether you got the Crusader of the Realm edition, Knight of the Realm, you always have Tower Attack to play. And so real quick over this, very fun little game here. This is a quick one. Again, go watch in the Spotlight video series. I do a playthrough. First though, it looks tremendously good. Just Damien's art is everyone's art is amazing. This is it's just insane. The print quality is just extraordinary. Real quick, since we got a little bit of time here, let's get some dice out. Surf tube.
Crinkly plastic in your ears.
Okay, check this out. We got the purple. These are all D12. Purple, green, and orange, okay? Purple, green, and orange. Okay? This is a dice pushing game, like push your luck. Heroes start here at the bottom, level 1. So the whole thing is this is the Avalon Valiant Army, and you'll hear about them in the quest in the game, and definitely in the Avalon Adventure board game. So hopefully you can see how all of this kind of like ties together. It's like an intricate web of stuff, with the House of Chance games and the Avalon Adventure board game, Dungeon Crusade. All of this stuff you're going to see show up in different places, and that's what, to me, what I was out to do, and I think it makes it just really immersive. So you get a hero, 1 hero only, and you bet 100 gold. Put your hero like right here. So the object is for the hero to ascend the tower and kill the skeleton army and make it to level 8. And that's a huge payout, 2,000 gold. I have not ever got that high. So let's just say we were going to play, right? So you're going to take those dice, like I said, and you see the results, okay? Purple 4, green 3, and a orange 4. Okay. So, you know, we have our hero. I don't have any heroes here. What we do is we would roll. Oops. Okay, so we have a 10, a green 5, and an orange 5. Okay, so that definitely exceeds what's on there. So, of course, they, you know, the hero would win. So they would ascend to the next level of the tower, and they would get the payoff, the gold amount. So it's like this. You have 3 attempts with these dice to get those numbers. So let's say I rolled and I got, like, I'm not going to turn them all. Let's say I got this purple 10. Okay, that's locked in. Let's say that these said 1 and 2. Those were the results. Okay, that stays locked in. You re-roll those. That's your second attempt. So let's say, like, on this one, okay, so of course I exceeded the value shown with a 5. Let's say that this was a 1 again. This is, I could roll again. That's my third and final attempt. I roll, got a 12. I ascend. If this is lower than that value, you're locked on that tower. So even if you're up here at level 4 and, you know, you pay whatever that gold cost is for level 4, which is 400 gold. If a hero loses, you put a little red, use actually the red markers from Dungeon Crusade. So you put this as you're going up. That's locked there for that celebration day. So a hero could say, well, that's it, I'm done with in this, you know, the House of Chance. But another hero could come in, say you're playing with 3 people, like, well, I'll go in there and try. They could come in here and that tower stays locked at that. And they can try to ascend the tower. However, when celebration day is over, the game's reset. Everything resets. You know, the game's taken away. Of course, if you have those 2 editions, Crusader of the Realm, Master of the Realm, or Knight of the Realm, this will show up every time. Master of the Realm, you're going to roll that D4, and whatever the result is, that game will show up. So that's Tower Tech, and I saved my favorite one for last. And we're going to get the base for this. For those of you who have not seen this before, this is kind of like the real grand finale. I love all these games, and I love designing them, play testing them, and all that. Oh, wow. Wait till you see this. Welcome to the final House of Chance game, The Adventures of Bravely the Knight. Check out this crazy death trap dungeon. See this? And Damien, if you're watching this, I love you. You did an incredible job. There is Bravely right there. Yes, you're getting a retro spinner. Thank you. And actually, they already assembled this for you. Spinner's a little bit big, but I mean, that's no problem at all. That was nice that they had that already. So you don't, the thing was, I thought you were going to have to assemble it. Spinner feels very nice. Tell me I don't love retro games. So let's get Bravely here. And I'll explain this for you. All the miniature for, hopefully it comes into focus. So there's the hero, Bravely the Knight. Bravely starts out, well, let's start this. Let's say that this game shows up in the House of Chance. And why are we not coming into focus? Trying to get you down here because I know you really probably want to see this. There you go. Let's start with this. I wanted, you know, of course these are retro. If this makes any sense, I wanted to create a retro medieval arcade machine. And I was very inspired by Dragon's Lair. I loved that game growing up. I still love Dragon's Lair. And I've beat it a few times. It continues. I can't do it on their own, but this was kind of my tip hat to Dragon's Lair. And so what happens is, you know, this is like an arcade machine. And check this out. I asked Damon, put in insert gold here, like an arcade machine. Hopefully it comes into focus. There it is. See, insert gold here. So say a hero goes in. You stock the machine with 2,500 gold. You put 500 gold in the machine, which just goes kind of into on top of that. So the dungeon is stocked with that much gold. Okay? So when you put it in, picture an arcade machine, like, you know, Bravely appears here, like, doo-doo-doo, whatever, and you have 10 health. And if that isn't enough, I thought to create a Bravely the Knight hero card. How charming is that? When this video is done, I'm going to play this and try to beat it. Or at least, the object is, sorry, I was quite immersed with that. So you put that here. When you put the 500 gold into the machine, Bravely has 10 health. So you take some, you can just use some markers or whatever, those damage markers, and you stack it up. Or you could just use like a D10, whatever you want. He has 10 health. You have to choose which way to go. You roll or spin. Okay, so that would come up 2. Wherever the arrow is mostly, that's what you go. So Bravely can go 2. He has to decide, go this way through this death trap dungeon or go this way. Once you start, you can't go back. You have to go through, and you only count the chambers. So if we went 2, 1, 2, we can see that Bravely hasn't encountered like a mimic, like a monster chest. You see that? Or no, I'm sorry, that's a treasure chest. Where's the other one out here? Oh, there he is. Check that out. It's like a mimic chest. Damien's just like, that's just amazing. Hopefully it comes into focus for you. There we go. So notice right here, 2 health, and then you can get that gold if Bravely kills it. Real simple system. You use a blue and red D6, highest roll wins. So there's all kinds of stuff here. I don't know if, well, I'll show you. You can find health potions. If Bravely finds that, he can recover health. There's another baddie. This is a cool one right here. Here's a portal. If Bravely lands on that, you have to spin. That's going to set you back. But you have to keep going, you know, which way you went in. I love dungeon crawl games. I don't know if you can tell that already. Here, it's one of the toughest monsters in the dungeon. Over here, you got to watch. You could fall in a hole. This is the best space in this dungeon. It's a treasure chamber. You can roll a D10. You get, you know, times that amount. Spikes. And right here, notice on his hero card, we have a magic sword. That's where the magic sword is. That gives you a +1 to your battles. So that's what that is. There, and just other kinds of hazards, monsters. There's a 700 gold chest. So the object is to, you want to get that gold out. Whatever gold Bravely gets out, he has to go all the way through. He stops automatically here. You can have him exit or keep going around. And I think I might have to start another video. 1 second. Okay, I wanted to catch that because I think it was about to run out. But what I was saying was, he has to go around. Even if you go on a portal and he goes back, you've got to keep going whatever way he is traveling through this dungeon, no matter what. So say even here you're going to fight a skeleton warrior. That's Scully, and you'll find him and Bravely throughout the rule book. There's a few pages of them, and I hid Bravely somewhere in the rule book. Try to find out where I hid him. He's very well hidden. So let's say that, you know, even if you rolled or spun and got a 4, thing spins very nice. You stop at the entrance, and you can decide, do you want Bravely to exit, and you get whatever gold he acquired, or do you want to send Bravely around again? And then again, so that would end your turn, spin, and then you could choose a new way to go. And guys, that is the Adventures of Bravely the Knight. I love this game. And thank you, Wingo, for pre-installing the spinner. It's a little big, but I think we could live with that. That's totally fine. It's all good. Whew. And you know what? I made a mess. Again. Let's put this up here. And we're going to fade out. Guys, that was it. I think that was, you saw all the House of Chance games. We did the full unboxing of Dungeon Crusade. And we have a guest. I'd like to introduce you to someone who's sitting here. Please meet Caesar. Hello, Caesar. Do you have anything to say? Nothing. Do you know how many people are watching you right now? Do you? Can you speak? Can you speak? Do you like the sound of crinkling plastic? That's Caesar, everyone. I'm a part of the family. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this very extended look at all of the House of Chance games for the Master of the Realm edition. And as I try to set everything up, so of course we looked at that, we looked at Tower Attack, we looked at Heroes versus Monsters, and of course Skulljack, which is on the reverse side. There you go. That is the Master of the Realm edition, and I think from everything we looked at, that you just saw the entire Dungeon Crusade universe. So really, guys, thank you. Love you guys. There's so much more in store for this. So let me tell you again, I got to clean all this up. I'm going to do the Kickstarter update, get that going. And then when we come back, I'm going to have I'm going to put everything back in here just like we bought it. We're going to have the whole table clear. We're going to have a Master of the Realm edition right here. And we're going to act like both of us bought Dungeon Crusade. How are we going to unpack this? How are we going to store everything? And I have these plastic, those compartment trays I think a lot of us use. I'll have links for you on Amazon where to get these. But I'm going to take some time with you because I think a lot of people would like to see this and have the know-how how to store all this. So plan to spend some time with me. And I'm not sure. I think I'm going to pause the video every time I do a punch board. I'll say, hey, here's this. I'm going to break this out, pause the video, break it out, show you where it's at, so on and so forth. So at the end of it, you'll see how everything is stored. And I think it'll help a lot of people manage this game because it's believe me, when you take all this stuff out, you're going to have a lot of stuff. So I think you'll like seeing that. Okay, guys, I'm going to get this thing going here, clean up, and get to work on getting back to people and whatever else the Crusade throws at me. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the extended look at this and all that, and I look forward to seeing you soon and talking to you soon, and we will fade out with Caesar. Caesar. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great night. Talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.